Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something I found really fascinating from our sources. It's about how looking closely at your own body's data from a smartwatch can suddenly show you alcohol's subtle adverse effects, even from just one drink.
For one person, their watch gave them this immediate, undeniable proof of impact, a real eye opener.
Exactly. And that really sets up our mission for this deep dive. We want to explore how monitoring these specific physiological effects, especially the ones tied to sleep quality, how that might actually change behavior. We'll start with that personal story, that proof people can see for themselves, and then look at a recent study for broader evidence. Let's unpack that personal observation first. So this person, they noticed their heart rate variability, HRV, took a dive on nights they had a drink, right?
HRV, and just quickly, HRV is a pointer towards your parasympathetic tone, that sort of rest and digest mode your body needs. Precisely. It tells you how well your body is recovering, how resilient it is. A lower HRV often means more stress, less recovery. So seeing that number drop wasn't just feeling a bit off, it was concrete proof, visible.
Why did that specific adverse effect proof hit harder than just a regular hangover?
Well, that's the interesting part, isn't it? It taps into this. Seeing that number, that tangible proof of the adverse effect, it spurred a desire to improve it, to make the number go back up, like a game you want to win. It created this immediate feedback loop. See the bad number, drink less, hope for a better number. It makes that physiological consequence feel really real, really actionable. It's proof staring you in the face.
Makes sense. So what does this mean beyond just one person's experience? This is where our sources brought in that JAMA Network Open study, right? Looking at young adults.
Exactly. They put this biofeedback idea, this idea of showing people proof, to the test with young adults aged 18 to 25. And the study focused on that link between alcohol and sleep. It's a complex relationship, kind of a two-way street. We know alcohol has adverse effects on sleep quality. You wake up more, get less restful sleep. That's clear proof right there in sleep patterns. But then, poor sleep can also lower your self control, potentially leading you to drink more. So it feeds back on itself.
Got it. And how did they get the proof in this study?
They used some neat tech. Participants wore sleep actigraphy monitors, basically fancy trackers for sleep quality, and they also wore Scram alcohol monitors. Scram, they continuously sample alcohol levels from your sweat, so very objective proof of consumption. And crucially, one group, the intervention group, was specifically shown their own data. They saw the proof connecting their drinking directly to their worst sleep quality.
So you've got clear, personalized proof of the adverse effect. You'd expect that group to cut back on drinking the most, right?
The results were a bit more complicated.
Well,
The main finding was that all three groups in the study, even the ones who didn't see the specific sleep feedback, they all drank less over time.
all of them, even the controls.
Yep,
So what's going on there? Is that just people changing because they know they're being watched?
that's likely a big part of it. It's a classic research finding called the Hawthorne effect. People behave differently just because they're part of a study. So that muddies the waters on proving the biofeedback itself was the key driver for less drinking. It made it hard to isolate. The overall attention seemed to reduce drinking across the board. But interestingly, there were positive secondary findings. The group that did see their personalized sleep data, proof, they showed lower rates of sleep impairment and disturbance. So even if they didn't drink less than the others, the specific proof about sleep disruption maybe made them, I don't know, manage it better or just be more aware. That's a possibility. It suggests that even if the proof didn't drastically cut alcohol intake compared to just being in the study, it might have had other benefits related to understanding and maybe mitigating the sleep related adverse effects.
So wrapping this up, the path to changing behavior using data, it's complex. This study didn't give us that perfectly clear proof that biofeedback alone is the magic bullet for reducing drinking.
On a large scale, no. Large studies face these challenges, like the Hawthorne effect, but the personal story we started with still holds weight, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests that seeing direct, immediate proof of alcohol's adverse physiological effects on you personally through tech you already use, that could still be a really powerful motivator.
Exactly. It brings the proof home in a way a general warning might not. So maybe the question isn't if personal proof works, but how we measure its impact accurately.
It definitely leaves us with something to think about. How can future research maybe untangle these effects better to really capture the power of seeing that undeniable personal proof of what's happening inside your own body?
Gamification of health data?
You would think so. But the effect of that specific proof. Yeah.